Lisa from Active Domestics, and today I'm at my grandmother's house and I'm going to set myself a challenge to try and see how many things I can clean in about an hour with this flat mop. Now there's a few places that are high up in her house and on the ceilings that are looking a little bit dirty, just either dust or insect poop or a little bit of mildew here and there. And I know these things come off really easily with this sort of a tool. Now, I've made many videos along the way using this particular flat mop, and I find them really, really useful. But as always, there's a number of safety things that you have to keep in mind when you're using something like this. I really like this particular one because it's covered on both sides. And sometimes when you're inexperienced with using these things, you can come across, it can sort of flip a little bit. So if you're not experienced with using flat mops, take it easy and slowly to begin with. Make sure you wear safety glasses to avoid drips. Be mindful of the tripping hazards that are around when you are doing this sort of job, because oftentimes when you're concentrating up here, you're not looking where you're going. Just try and have a really positive cleaning experience. So anyway, come on inside and let's see what we can do. Enough talking. All we need for this job, other than the flat mop, is some gloves, a bucket, some white vinegar. This is normal white vinegar like you would use for cooking or find in the cooking section of the supermarket, and a bit of detergent. Any detergent will do. So a splash of detergent, warm water, and about 1 cup of vinegar. Just a couple of more tips before we start. But when you're squeezing out the cloth, you're not doing this, right? And you're not doing this where you're twisting it and stuff like that. What you're going to do is you're going to roll the microfiber cloth and squeeze it like that. And then that way you're not going to stretch it and pull it out of shape. Now with experience, you're going to learn just how much water is needed. As I said, we're in my grandmother's house and she's got a lot of things around, and I don't have the time to be moving things around. Because I'm experienced with this mop and I don't think I'm going to drip hardly at all, then I'm going to just try and do as much as I can without actually moving anything. Now, if on your floors you've got things like carpets or floors that might be easily damaged, make sure you use drop sheets. You have to, everyone's environment is different. In this particular house, the floors are easy to clean, and with just using products safe like detergent and a bit of vinegar, I know I'm actually not going to be causing any damage to anything here. And like any cleaning, I'm not going to start here in the laundry and toilet area. I'm going to go inside first and clean those cleaner spots first, and then come outside to the dirtier spots. And most likely, I'm also going to have to change my water and get a fresh bucket of water, because if you're just cleaning with dirty water, you're not actually cleaning. You're just wiping around dirt, and that ought to be avoided. We're ready for some action. So yes, this is going to be interesting. As you can see, there's lots of knickknacks here, and I have to be excessively careful with what I'm doing. But I'm going to just go slowly. Wish me luck. Now please understand, I was actually going really slowly. This part of the video is actually sped up times 10. Getting all the knickknacks and things down, that's a job for another day. I just want to focus on freshening things up, getting rid of a bit of insect poop, and just giving things a freshen up. So see how I'm always leaving my hand here at the end of the pole? I'm being careful not to walk backwards too much so that I know I'm not going to trip over anything. And I'm not having to use any ladders at all. So that's a big safety feature in itself, because a lot of people hurt themselves on ladders. And with this house being what's called an older Queenslander style house, There's a lot of horizontal edges that are sort of dust collectors, and this particular mop is fantastic for that because, like you just saw me do, I can just go right over those bits. When you're giving a cloth a rinse out, you really want to give it a mix up around in the water like this. Don't just give it one little dip and then squeeze it out and go again. You want it to try and get rid of as much of that dirt because the microfiber is designed to hold on and entrap the dirt. So you kind of got to put a bit of effort into getting some of the dirt released from the microfiber. I do recommend when you're buying mops like this that you buy additional mop heads if they're available, because some days when you have one of those really big cleaning days, it's really useful just to chuck the really dirty one off, put a fresh one on and keep going. So do consider that when you're purchasing whatever flat mop. It's all about putting the right amount of tension, an even, steady amount of tension through that hand. It's really important. Oops. Doing pretty well. So of course it's completely normal that in a kitchen you're going to get a little bit of grease on the walls and ceilings, but these sorts of flat mops are fabulous for the ceilings as well. Now, I don't want anyone actually giving me comments to say that they're watching me clean an already clean ceiling and wall. What is dirty is a matter of perspective. Some people leave it until it gets really, really obviously dirty to clean it, and other people like to keep on top of things before it gets to that stage. So please, I don't want any of those comments. Now remember, I'm really experienced at using this mop, and so it takes a bit of time, particularly when you're doing ceilings. Ceilings are the hardest to clean. But I tell you, once you're experienced at using a flat mop, they're a lot easier than they've ever been. I'll just rinse that out again, because with grease and grime, the dirtier or grimier or greasier it is, you really do want to take the time and effort to rinse it out. It's going to make the job quicker and easier in the long run. One section at a time. You will never be regretful for taking the time and energy to clean your walls and ceilings. It makes a massive difference. Really freshens everything up. Tick, that's the kitchen. Remember, my main aim here and my main challenge was just to see how much I could get done within about an hour without moving things. So, of course, if I was doing a really, really thorough job, I'd be moving all the things out of the way and washing them as well. But that's not this challenge. And here we are in the dining room. This was quite satisfying to get done. It had quite a bit of insect poop on the ceilings and the walls due to the door nearby. And I repeat once again, I'm experienced at using this flat mop, and if you are not, it will take a wee while to learn the techniques. So do it slowly and safely. And remember to watch the whole video so that you actually take into consideration all the safety tips that I'm giving you. There's always going to be some areas that need a little bit more attention. Just take your time, go over it again and again until you get the job done to the best of your ability. You know, strategically go through the room, get it done. When it starts getting not as smooth to go over the wall or the ceiling, that often means that the microfiber head is actually getting a little bit dry. So when it's more damp, it's going to glide over things easier and it'll clean it better along with the microfiber fibers. So I'm just going to go and wet that again. Remember, if your floors are precious or you've got carpet, you'll need to be using drop sheets. Remember, if you don't wear glasses, you'll probably need to be wearing safety glasses because you don't want any drips. Just go about the job section by section and work within your level of experience. As you move to each new section, look out for tripping hazards and keep yourself real safe while doing this. Like a lot of cleaning, it's a lot about the rinse and repeat. But also with cleaning, you've got to know your limits. In this room, there's a lot of things up here that I'm not going to be able to clean around because I don't want to risk knocking anything over. So you've got to decide, you know, what's safe to do, what's reasonable to do in the time frame that you have. Make all the decisions like that. Now we're coming to the fun parts of the clean, and that's the dirtier areas. It's always satisfying to clean areas that are more obviously dirtier, because of course you then get the satisfaction of how good they look afterwards. So once I struggle these disgusting sweaty gloves back on, I've already rinsed this out. This is the laundry area. Common issues, it's not mold, it's just mildew, and mildew is very easy to come off. And I'm really happy with how much I've been getting done. So let's keep at it. Gosh, that's so satisfying. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over everything first and really start cutting through the mildew and cutting through the dirt and getting the majority of it. Then I'm going to rinse the cloth and go over everything one more time. That's the type of thing that you need to do if it's dirtier. If it's really dirty, you're going to have to go over it even more times. It's getting too dry now. I can see that. Needs another rinse out. Now in real time I've been going at this job now for over an hour. It's probably been about an hour and 20 minutes, but of course I'm doing all this talking in between, and I'm moving the camera around and looking out for good lighting and as best lighting as I can possibly get. So that of course is also taking time. This would be a lot quicker for you if you're just doing this, you know, without doing all the filming part of it. But if you have gotten anything out of this video, if this video has helped you in any way, please give it a like, and because that really does help me and my channel. And I appreciate it. Now you imagine if you were trying to get all this cleaning done with a ladder and a cloth. It would be so unsafe and you would be there for hours. Well, by this stage I'm quite looking forward to getting these sweaty gloves off, but I'm going to rinse this out and go over it one more time. Because a job worth doing is a job worth doing properly. Or at least to the best of your ability. We've got one more area to do, and that's that. Then I'm having a glass of wine. We're coming outside now, and this is going to be the final bit because my hands have had a complete enough and these sweaty gloves. It's gross. Back to it. Okay, I've been at this for a wee while now. I'm starting to get tired, I'm not going to lie. But I'm so close to getting this done. If you've not used the flat mop for walls and ceilings before, that's probably not a good idea to do the whole house in one hit like I've done. But you know, I've been using this flat mop for a long time, so my body's used to the movements and I'm not going to be sore. If you're not used to it, just do 15 or 20 minutes at a time. You'll be really surprised how much you can actually get done in that time. So I think you'll agree that that's a lot of cleaning and a big achievement for one day. As far as my challenge, my self-challenge of trying to see how much I could get done in my grandmother's house, I'm really happy to report that, as I said before, almost all of the walls and almost all of the ceilings have been cleaned in this house. So happy cleaning, and I hope I've inspired you to get a flat mop if you don't already have one. And you can just be so surprised how many places in your house that you're going to use it. So thank you for watching. I'm just going to finish off by cleaning up this little bit of bird poop that's over here. Best of all, we haven't used any harsh chemicals. P.S. When I'm cleaning these, I usually soak them overnight first when they're really dirty like this, and just some washing powder or whatever and warm water. And I just wash it with my dirty cloths and things like that in the washing machine.